Universal's most expensive hotel starts at $500 per night. Is that possibly worth it? Let's do a full tour of Universal Loews Royal Pacific Hotel. And this time, I've got some help. Loews Royal Pacific Hotel at Universal Orlando Resort is a South Seas inspired gem of a place to stay. It is the flagship, most expensive hotel at Universal Orlando, even more expensive than the new Helios Grand located right by Epic Universe. It is a gorgeous hotel offering incredible perks, including unlimited express pass during your stay so that you can skip every line that it's offered at in the parks. Okay, I'm gonna go check in. So check-in time at Loews Universal Hotels is at 4 p.m. That's when your room is guaranteed to be ready, but you can check in early if you'd like. Of course, by heading over to the check-in desk. When you do this, you can drop your bags off with luggage services so that they can store them while you head to the parks and have some fun on check-in day and come back to your ready room. Aloha, aloha. So we have decided, Emma's excited because she just bought tickets for her and her husband to go to Epic Universe. We have decided, since the room's not ready, that we're going to head to the park, and on our way we're going to show the water transportation to the park and talk a little bit about how to get to the parks from Royal Pacific. So let's go. Okay, we have strolled out. Basically, if you stroll up behind the hotel, you can find the water taxi. We'll do a full hotel tour so you get the lay of the land and all the amenities, all the dining a little later. But this hotel does have water taxis. There is also a bus if you need it, although it runs less often because of the water taxi option. So just a warning, it might take a minute, but the water taxi is awesome because it's scenic and it takes you very close to the park gates for both Universal Studios and Islands of Adventure. And you can just board right here. You go through security at the hotel too, so you don't even have to deal with security once you get there. We've arrived at the City Walk boat stop, which is how you can walk right there to Universal Studios or right there to Islands of Adventure. So it's a very central location. It's actually one of the closest ways to get to the parks is with the water taxi. And it was super easy. It was like a less than 10-minute ride, about 8-minute ride. It's also about an 8-minute walk. We already walked it, and now we're here. So we are going to head into the parks for what I would love to say is some fun, but is actually last to leave. And is probably going to be brutal in some way, shape, or form, which you can see on the channel. So we're going to complete our challenge, and you will see us in just 1 second because of the magic of movie making, heading back to the hotel. Hello, we're back at the hotel. We're doing some recording. So Angie and Fred are down at the pool doing some recording. But yeah, we took the boat back as well. We've also done the walk. It's so easy to get to and from this hotel to the regular Universal parks. Tomorrow, last to leave takes us to Epic Universe. So I will be trying out the shuttle to Epic Universe. It looks like there was no hallway.
Oh my gosh.
But our room is ready. So we were able to go to the front desk and pick up some fresh keys for the room. I got a text that it was ready. When you stay at a Universal hotel, they do give you a text, send you a text. And you should reply yes to that because it means you can text the front desk directly. It's great for asking questions, making changes, making requests. Super easy because you can just text them. But also they told us when our room was ready, which is while we were in the park. So it's ready now. This is beautiful. The way the oranges look. We say goodbye to cute hallway. We say hello to the room. Ah! There's someone in here.
What are you doing here?
I was. You can see you, but only the top of your head. Well, here's our Royal Pacific room. This is a beautiful room. It is. Beautiful, vibrant oranges. It's not the biggest. It's 355 square feet, so it's not huge. Like you'll notice this bed is up against the wall over here, but there's plenty of space, honestly, for the number of people you'll have in here. And we have a pool view / water view, which is great because it's beautiful. There's like bamboo and the pool. We can see along to the water, and then even along to the theme park, we've got a great view of Dr. Doom's Fearfall and the Hulk coaster, Velocicoaster, and even the top of Toon Lagoon over there. So you can see a lot of Islands of Adventure from here. Enough about the view. We gotta talk about the room. Oh, also, if you're wondering why I'm wearing a different shirt than when we left this morning, watch Last to Leave. So here's your door. Great place to start a room tour. It's where you come in. So we have the very important safety notification. You've got your peephole here, and there is a lower peephole as well. Standard universal door locks, which is a door bar. deadbolt, and then your standard key card lock that you get your key for. 2 different notes you can leave on the door. We have still dreaming, do not disturb sign, and we have please service the room for when you're out having fun and you would like your room cleaned a bit. Just next to the door, we do have a connecting door in our room. Not all rooms have these, but you can request connecting rooms if you do buy 2 rooms when you're staying here. This is great. Keep in mind, there's typically not a discount for buying 2 rooms connected, but you can get them connected, open the door, and go between the 2 rooms freely, which is great. Then we'll come back to the closet in the bathroom, but we have the main room here. 2 queen beds in this room. We have 4 pillows on the bed plus 2 throw pillows. It's a lot of pillows.
And a decorative pillow.
Oh, is it? Oh, it is 2 on each side.
Is it?
3 throw pillows.
Whoa.
Many throw pillows on these beds. So many that Emma and I can't even count them. But we're Disney vloggers. You shouldn't expect us to be able to count.
I'm a dick count.
Emma and I could not count them. It was a total mystery to both of us. But I love these quilted comforters. They look so beautiful, like clean and sleek in here. This looks like bedding that I would like find if someone had this in their house, I'd be like, oh my gosh, your bedding looks amazing. The wall is kind of this South Seas inspired pattern with the beautiful hibiscus on the wall too. Hibiscus grow very well here, and I tried to grow one and it did die in a hurricane. But 2 queen beds. We've got this beautiful print on the wall here. And then your headboard is cushioned, which means you can't bunk your head on it, which I love. Between the 2 beds, you have your only side table. There is no side table on the outside of the 2 beds. And it does have some outlets in the front of it, as well as a single drawer and a little cubby space below that. Your alarm clock here and your room phone here, as well as a little notepad. 3 beautiful like globe lights. And what's cool about these is there's a switch on either side. Emma discovered this. She was very excited. So no matter who goes to sleep first, the one who's on the side of the lamp can reach the lamp. Also these reading lights, which I think interestingly, they do only have one on the inside of the bed. So if you have someone who's a reader, who's going to be up a little later, make sure they sleep on the inside with the reading lights. Good amount of space between the beds, and in general, good amount of space in this room. Lots of room to move around. Under the beds, it is not blocked off and not enough space to slide a suitcase, which is the worst of both worlds in my opinion, because you can lose something under there, but you can't really store stuff under there. So I'm not a fan of that. But that's not really a make or break point for any hotel. Here we have a sitting chair. Is that what that's called?
This is a
sitting
device.
Sitting device. I've never seen anything like this before. It's some kind of sitting apparatus. This is a chair and a little table for sitting by the window, maybe having your coffee in the morning. I will note that rooms here do not have balconies or verandas, which I find interesting as the flagship hotel. I don't mind it too much because I know it in advance, but just something to be aware of. You might expect this super nice $500 a night hotel to have verandas. It does not. We've got that pool view, which we looked at. Curtains wise, you have privacy curtains here and full blackout curtains as well if you are taking that midday nap. We have a standing floor lamp with, again, that really nice pattern. The lighting is really thoughtfully designed in here. And then we have a desk if you need to get some work done, or obviously just store all your stuff, which I tend to do. A little note from the complex manager about enjoying your experience, and a little cookie, exciting entrance device. The rundown will give you some information about the hotel. And you have here your little recycling program bags. Behind the desk, you got a nice lamp on the desk, and the chair is a rolling chair. So also easy to use to kind of like, I guess, roll around the room.
My goodness.
You can turn it around. Is what I was trying to. It's another.
They have 2 sitting devices in the room, one of which can roll.
I don't know if you've ever seen this before. This is a sitting apparatus with wheels.
It's pretty cool.
Behind the desk, there's this print of the beautiful South Seas Ocean, I imagine. And this mirror where you can see us do this. Little ottoman here. And then we have your main storage unit for the room. TV, of course, on top with a TV remote. And there's 2 Fiji water bottles in the room. They do cost $8. So if you drink them, that will go on your hotel folio. Oh, also, trash can. Important. Table lamp. And then there are 6 drawers, all the same size. So a good amount of storage here for the number of people that can stay in this room. When you open this cabinet, you have all of your little, mini kitchen items. We've got a mini fridge / beverage cooler. You've got your coffee machine and various coffee options. And then you have your ice bucket and your glasses for said ice bucket. Heading back in the direction of the door, we do have our closet. Big old double door closet. with my stuff in it. And also the very exciting Loews robes. So you do get robes, 2 robes when you stay in these rooms. You can request more if you need them. There is an in-room programmable safe for your valuables, hangers, ironing board, iron, extra pillow and blanket if you need it, and a luggage rack. Bathroom, bright bathroom, sizable, some nice amenities in here. The biggest full body mirror I've ever seen in my life. Emma, would you like to come show them what you can do in this mirror? In the meantime, I will show you this makeup mirror, which is exciting because of this. We have wall mirror where you can see us do this. And there's sconces on either side, tissue box, as well as a couple of like cotton balls, cotton swabs, more water glasses, a shower cap, a face bar, and some lotion, hand and body cream. One sink here, but a lot of vanity space. Towels, hand towels, washcloths galore. And obviously those are unlimited in a hotel. They have thousands, probably. Hair dryer. Sliding door into the commode room / shower room. It does not lock, but shower door into the commode room. I'm just making sure there's no lock. Ever important commode, wall art, and then your glass door shower with your shower mat here opens up to be a very sizable, very nice tile glass door shower. 2 shower heads, one that you can move around and one that's on the wall. I will say this is kind of a low shower head, not super low, but if you're very tall, I think that it's a little bit low. Your controls, clothesline if you need it after your pool day, and then your shower amenities, conditioner, shampoo, and body wash right here, as well as a bath bar. And there is a ledge. I love a shower ledge. My shower at home doesn't have a ledge, and I suffer every day. I bought a bench for it. It's true. I just personally can't. But that's the room. So with that, before we head to bed science, where we're actually going to transition to me a little bit later, because I got some last to leaving to do, you have to head and talk to Buzzkill Quincy. I'm so sorry. I know. The room is beautiful, and we're going to see so much fun at this hotel, including that pool, all the dining. You're not going to believe it. But I do have to send you to Buzzkill Quincy because you do have to pay to stay here. And so I'll let you go talk to her. So sorry about that. She sucks so bad, dude. Oh, sorry.
Hello. I am not Buzzkill Quincy. I guess I'm gonna have to be the one to talk about pricing for this hotel video. Winston is here as well. He's helping out. Anyways, Quincy's not here, so let's talk pricing. I am looking online at the website right now. I am finding $557 for a night in September, which is normally a not peak time to go to the parks. Let's check. And now looking for December in peak travel season, holiday season, it's $695 per night. Standard 1 king bed is $695. Now I'm also seeing $707 for a night in late November, so during Thanksgiving week. So obviously this is not a cheap hotel. This is the most expensive Universal hotel that they have. So we're looking at a starting price of $500 per night. And that is not cheap by any means. That is Buzzkill Fry. She's not as bad as Buzzkill Quincy, but she's got to help a little. She's going to talk more about it in the rest of this video. But yeah, we're looking at starting around $500. So
Okay, back at the ranch. I'm in my Loews Hotel get up, aka a robe. And we have to move on to bed science. As you can see, it is late now. We're doing some last to leaving. Pretty exciting stuff that you can see on the channel now. The other girls are back at the other hotel, and I'm here for reasons that you can find out in last to leave. But we have bed science to do, both the traditional and the 8-hour bed science. And then in the morning, we're gonna see all of the hotel. Gonna explore every single amenity, try out the food, and even take the shuttle over to Epic Universe to see just how long that takes and if this hotel is worth it for that. Particularly because we have Unlimited Express. So lots to test out in the morning, lots to figure out those final perks and talk about if this is worth it, especially with the higher price tag compared to the other Universal hotels. So bed science time. Whew. I can't jump because I have a towel on my head. Okay. I think pretty comfy. Definitely a firmer mattress. I'm not sinking into it at all, but it feels high quality. It's just on the firm side, which surprises me because, I mean, they must have replaced mattresses kind of recently. This hotel's a little older, so I was expecting the mattresses to be a little worn in. They do not feel it. There definitely appears to have been a soft goods refurbishment here, so probably replaced kind of recently newer mattresses on the firmer side, but still quite comfortable. Got just the pillows too, of course. I mean, just a crowd-pleasing pillow, right in the middle between plush and firm. I like a plusher pillow. Emma likes a firmer pillow. I can almost guarantee that both of us would like this. I can think that almost anybody would like this pillow. So a very nice pillow. I better get on that science. It's supposed to be 8-hour bed science, but it's 7-hour. Again, something that makes sense if you watch Last to Leave. So I'll see you in the morning. Good morning. We've got a very exciting day ahead of us. A little half resort day, half epic day. That's the best ever. We are at Universal's most expensive, nicest hotel. We are going to go walk around and check out all of the amenities of this hotel so you know everything you have access to when you're staying here. We're going to have a little food and see how the food is at this hotel. And then we're going to hop on a bus to Epic Universe and see how long and annoying that bus ride is, because I have a feeling it's a little bit annoying. So we're going to take the bus over, see how that works. But we got to check out this hotel first, because that is the basics. That's how we're going to really decide if it's worth it. So let's go take a look around. I think you're going to be surprised by some of the things that this hotel has to offer. Fun fact, as of this morning, I have now stayed in every single Universal hotel. When you arrive, you'll arrive at this port cachere. There is self-parking and valet parking available for a fee. Overnight self-parking is $36, and for overnight valet parking, it is $46. You'll then walk along this beautiful entrance, which is absolutely gorgeous, with all these little frog guys lining it. And if you look down, there's even a little stone frog guy down there. Stone frog guy. Look at him. There's relaxing, like South Seas inspired music playing, and it is just a beautiful entrance to the hotel. I absolutely love these Asian carvings. I think they're so gorgeous. And there's one on each side. They're beautiful. But you come into the lobby, which is honestly a stunning space. It's pretty hopping right now because it's early morning, everybody's up. Immediately, your eye is drawn to this interior courtyard with this gorgeous fountain that has 3 little elephants playing in it. It is so cute. We'll walk out there and take a look. It's also just beautiful. Something that I felt a lot during our arrival yesterday, honeydew, cucumber, and mint water. Don't mind if I do. Something I thought a lot during our arrival day yesterday was that this hotel feels relaxing. Being in the lobby feels relaxing. There's tons of natural light, the music is soft, and it just feels like you're here to get some rest in, which is honestly the ideal escape from a theme park day, because when you're in the parks, you are not getting rest in. You are probably going. Having such a tranquil, beautiful hotel to come back to. With honeydew water. Lots of seating inside and some beautiful tables outside where you can sit and have your coffee in the morning right next to the fountain. We've got some very important, helpful things. You got your vacation planning center. This is a spot where you can buy tickets, upgrade tickets, pick up tickets. It pretty much works as like a ticket counter in the parks, which is awesome if you're gonna be spending a lot of time at Universal. And sometimes it can even be helpful with awesome perks, like during my stay, the Epic Universe previews are going on, and hotel guests have access to those and can buy their tickets right here, which is pretty cool. Just next door, we have luggage services, which is where if you're headed to the parks on checkout day, they can store your bags for you, or if you arrive before your room is ready. And then over here on the left of the lobby, we continue on and we find concierge, which once you've checked in can help you with a lot of questions, and the check-in desks. Royal Pacific, as well as the other Universal hotels, does offer a mobile check-in option. I highly recommend using this. You'll get an email a couple of days ahead of your trip asking you to check in online. This doesn't let you skip the front desk, but it does let you save time once you do get to the front desk. So if you check in online, you get to wait in this short line instead of the longer line that tends to form at the standard check-in desk. Just next to it is Tuk Tuk Market. This is going to be a quick service and grab-and-go option. Think breakfast coffees, tons of grab-and-go options, breakfast sandwiches, as well as later in the day they do full walk bowls. There's grab-and-go salads. This is an awesome spot to grab a quick meal, and I think we are going to try out the food here this morning before we head to the park. They also do gelato in the evening, and they have smoothies with flaxseed. Oh, maybe I'll get a smoothie. Perhaps the biggest standout at Tuk Tuk are these ginormous pretzels, and this one's cool and all. There was one in here yesterday that was a Hawaiian pretzel that just looks so good. It's also a great time to mention that Universal hotels do offer refillable resort mugs. These work at your resort, and you purchase them for the length of stay, so that you can just refill these from the Coca-Cola Freestyle machines that are around the hotel. And this is my favorite refillable design I've ever seen. I love this. The rooms at this hotel are located in 3 towers. One that is the Leeway Tower, one tower that is the Royal Tower, and one tower that is the Forward Tower. I'm forgetting Tower 1's name. The lobby is also home to a beautiful lounge. This is so gorgeous. I'm not sure the camera, well, no, it does it justice. It looks really pretty. This is Orchid Lounge. This is Orchid Court Lounge, and the lobby building is called Orchid Court. So that's why that name is there. And it's got this incredible eye-catching souvenir. This spot offers a full bar, cocktails, beer, pick your poison. And in the evening, it even offers sushi, which I have heard the sushi at this hotel is absolutely incredible. The lounge continues over with just a ton of seating, and it's a much more relaxed side of the lobby when check-in is really busy. So even though the lounge isn't open, all of the seating is a place that you could sit and hang out if your room isn't ready, or even if it is and you just want, honestly, a more pleasant environment than being inside your room. The final lobby amenity is Toko Gifts right here, which is your little lobby gift shop. This is gonna have some Universal merch, primarily Universal Studios and Islands of Adventure merch. I didn't see any Epic in here when I was looking earlier, but it's gonna be a more limited selection. If you really wanna have something to wear to the park, you can pop in here and maybe grab something. They have a couple of Wizarding World items as well, Despicable Me. So you could come and grab a few things in here, but the shops in the park are a lot bigger. So if you see something you fall in love with in the parks, don't think, oh, I'll just grab it at the hotel, because you probably won't be able to find it in here. The very back of the store looks like you maybe can't go back there, but come back here if you need essentials, because this is where the ever important essentials wall is, with earplugs and feminine products and sunscreen and aloe. So medicine, very important. And the lobby is actually located on the 3rd floor. Don't let that confuse you when you come in and you're in the elevator trying to find it. It's on the 3rd floor. A lot more can be found down on the 1st floor, including some seriously award-winning dining. In fact, this whole hotel is award-winning. Several years it has been rated a AAA 4 Diamond hotel, so it's a gorgeous, gorgeous hotel. Now here we have the entrance into Jake's American Bar, which is serving a full breakfast right now. Right at the bottom of the stairs, we have Island's Dining Room, which is a beautiful restaurant offering Polynesian-inspired breakfast, lunches, and dinner. Looks like they have a nice breakfast buffet out right now. It is a more full-seated meal, so not something super quick. For that, you want to stay at Tuk Tuk Market. And if you're having trouble visualizing what this resort looks like, there's a map that I can show you that will be helpful. So this is that main lobby building, the Orchid Court, with the towers coming off of the lobby building. Connecting over here, it actually does connect to the Sapphire Falls Resort Convention. Connects directly to it, so you might see events, convention activity at this hotel. Pool is sort of nestled right on the water on the back of the hotel. Here's that water taxi we took, and then also the walk over to Universal is this way. Shuttles leaving from here to Epic Universe. So it's a large hotel, but not really an unmanageable distance to walk or anything like that. Now, perhaps the restaurant that caught my eye the most is just down this way. And this is actually a restaurant that has won awards for its bar. More views here into that main dining space, including Jake's American Bar, which is an American-themed bar in the hotel that is a tribute to Jake McNally, the famed South Seas explorer, whose plane you can see in the lagoon. It's in there. I wanted to grab dinner there. Maybe I still will, but this whole side of the restaurant, kind of connected in the morning, you can sit in sort of either area, is all Jake's American Bar. And it is a really nice, pleasant space, although in general can feel a bit dated. Now, interestingly, despite Jake's being award-winning, despite Island Dining Room having awesome South Seas cuisine, the real star is the Wonderland Luau. That's right, this hotel does have a full luau experience. Reservations are recommended. It's on Saturday nights, and it happens right out here on the Wonderland Luau lawn. There's also a couple other lawns out here that you might see used for events, as well as a croquet court, if you were really fiending to play croquet on your Universal vacation. This beautiful luau pavilion, obviously it is a Thursday morning, so there's just not a ton going on here right now, but it is gorgeous. Traditional style luau happens out here. It is a staple of this hotel. If you're really interested in immersing yourself in that South Seas vibe, this luau seems Very cool. I saw a luau at Disney's Aulani in Hawaii, and it was so wonderful. There also used to be a luau that was beloved by many over at Disney, but they have actually gotten rid of their luau offering since COVID. So if a luau sounds like family fun for you during your Orlando vacation, then the place to have it is here at Royal Pacific. I know that this is a fire at night, and that makes me so excited. It's so big. I also think it's really smart that they covered most of the luau pavilion, because a lot of luau's have to get canceled for severe weather, and this is the lightning capital of the world, so it's good that they prepped for that. Oh, there's a waterfall under the bridge of the hotel. That's so cool. The vibe, and my last to leave competitors agreed with me on this. The vibe at this hotel is a bit White Lotus-y, which I mean in the best way possible, without the murder. It feels very luxury, very relaxing. It also does definitely have that distinctive Hawaiian inspiration to it in a lot of ways. There's a couple of places where I can see that I'm really reminded of my trip to Hawaii, which, if you're curious about, you can see on the channel. Particularly, I recommend checking out my top 10 must-dos in Hawaii. We did 10 things in Oahu that were absolutely incredible all in one day. So that is on the channel now. It's very cool. All right, once you get down to the first floor, a couple things to see. We aren't gonna head into the pool right yet because that's not quite open, but we are gonna head and check out a couple of the other amenities. So as you come down the side of the pool, we do have the arcade game room here. Universal game rooms are fun because they tend to pick out machines that have universally games, like maybe Jurassic. I see Candy Crush in there. That's wild. Arcades are an upcharge, but a great way for little kiddos to maybe get some energy out. Now, next past that, you find an event space. This resort has a couple of event spaces, and you can do weddings here. So if you're interested in a private event, you can check that out. Store here that's not quite open yet because it's pretty early. We'll swing into that before we head over to Epic. And then next up, we have the gymnasium, which is a nice fitness center. Tons of equipment, it's a pretty sizable hotel gym. So it looks awesome. 5 a.m. to 10 p.m. open daily. And you can see that most folks who are up at this time on the side of the hotel are headed this way. And that's because this is how you get to the parks. Here is another area where you can just find the beautiful details of this hotel, some of that South Seas inspired art. Continuing on, all this is more event space, ballroom situation. Beautiful, actually. Way prettier than a lot of hotel ballrooms that I've seen, actually. Wow, gorgeous. So here's this pathway that's on the side of the building. If you swing out right here, you can find the resort walkway and the water taxi that we took yesterday. So that's how you get over to City Walk and Universal Studios. Super quick, under 10 minutes, regardless of which direction you take. We're gonna check out some of the amenities to the side of the pool before heading inside to see the star of the hotel. There's a touch of construction going on at the hotel at the time of filming. I believe this is the typical location of Island Dining Room, and that it is just under construction right now. But lots of food offerings still available. But let's go ahead and take a look at our star of the hotel. That's a pool door with the pool. This is the Lagoon Pool, and it's probably the best hotel pool on Universal property. The only one that I think is even close would maybe be at Portofino Bay. Poolside activities galore, including there will be recreation staff doing poolside activities. Fun at the pool, some might say. You can find lots of recreation anytime you check into any hotel that has kind of a resort vibe. I recommend checking out their recreation schedule so that you can see if there's anything you want to catch during a resort day. For instance, here, lots of stuff around the pool, sidewalk chalk art, deck games, bingo, and then also there's movie nights. What's tonight? Minions Rise of Gru? Haven't seen that. That could be good. Got Hunger Games tomorrow. Shrek on the 19th. Hoodwinked? No way! That's wild! And also just your lovely information, daily weather forecast and such. But the pool itself is just a totally relaxing vibe. And you're gonna find a couple of touches here that make you see that this is one of the Universal Signature Collection hotels. For instance, ice water for you to grab whenever you need, towels available at a fully staffed pool concierge hut, even a little sunscreen pump. SPF 30 is not high enough for this girl. Perhaps the best thing about the pool right now, you're not gonna believe this, are the ducklings. They're everywhere. Look at these little babies. Hey, mama. I'm backing up. I don't want to be near your baby. They are so cute. And you can tell these ducklings are kept safe, likely by the staff here at the hotel, because mom's over here with a lot of them who are eating some snacks up off the ground. And there are 3 over here truly just swimming in the pool. Lots of pool loungers. I have to say, these are nice pool chairs. They're not cushioned. They're not the nicest I've seen. That said, I have mixed feelings about cushioned pool chairs because if it rains or you sit in them wet, then they're wet for like the whole day. These are little babies. This one's looking for his mom and I intend to help him find her very subtly. Go that way. This is great news for me that the isolated duckling is no longer isolated. The mama duck is all the way over there and I don't know how to communicate to ducks. I went over there and I was like, what am I supposed to say to you to tell you to go get your kids? Well, this has been my experience here at the pool. That's not true. There's a lot more for us to see. Look, you're all together again. Just over here, we have this window with some ice water where you can grab. Life jackets are available for everyone. Anyone who needs a life jacket can grab one. There are two, count them, 2 hot tubs at this pool. And also a kiddie pool. Gated off so you can have peace of mind over here with the littles. And the star of the pool. Though this pool doesn't have any huge slides like over at Portofino Bay, or Sapphire Falls has a pretty good pool as well. They do have the Royal Bali Sea Royal Pacific Steamship Lines splash pad, which I think kids will go absolutely wild for. Think of the playing pretend you can do on this thing. There are little water cannons. There's water dumping out of a boat. The steamship stack is shooting water off into the air. There's a wheel. You can drive the boat. I just think that this is so much fun and your kids are gonna get absolutely drenched on this. As much as you might want the theme parks to be your kid's favorite part of the vacation, we all know that sometimes a kid just wants to be blasted in the face with a stream of water, and they can do that happily. This is also a huge pool. I think even if like everybody was having a pool day, which never happens at a theme park hotel, this pool would still fit everybody. There are also floaties. It's just a really fun pool environment. There's a volleyball net, and it gets so hot here in Florida that having a good pool is so important. Now, it's not quite open yet, but another dining location at this hotel is Bula Bar and Grill. This is located right on the pool deck. You can get served at a table. You can order straight to your chair. Look, check this out. On the pool chairs, we have these guys where you can order right from your phone and they'll deliver it right to your pool chair, which is so relaxing, so cool. But think specialty cocktails, think plates, of course, still inspired with that South Sea flair. Let's see what options they have for lunch. Oh yeah, tacos, sandwiches, quesadillas. And I'm a huge fan of Universal pool cocktails. I think that they're the best pool cocktails ever. And these look pretty awesome. Really extensive menu compared to a lot of the other hotels. Smoky jalapeno margarita, spicy tiki mango margarita. You can even get a beer bucket. 6 cans of your choice. That's awesome. Along over there. And then over here, I want to talk about an extra amenity. If you want to do a little upcharge, a little upgrade, they do have cabanas that you can rent for your pool day if you want a little bit of an extra amenity. Honestly, the pool deck is pretty nice, but the cabanas do get these upgraded pool chairs. They are beautifully decorated with welcome leis. Plus, you get the covered cabana with TVs and couches, ice buckets, and of course, poolside service. So these are a nice amenity if you want to upgrade a little bit. I like this one that's tucked back and a little more private. Oh, it's right next to the hot tub. Finally, this hotel is home to a walking and jogging path. So if that fitness center is enough, you can go for a little walk or jog. But likely you're getting enough walking in the theme parks because you're going to put some steps in when you're over at Universal. All right, we can't judge a hotel without judging its food. So I think it's time for a little bit of breakfast. And then time to head to Epic Universe. I'm actually running a bit late to Epic Universe, but that's all right. I'm just going to be judging the grab and go today. Like me, you might be moving in and out of this hotel a ton as you're headed to and from the parks. So grab and go is probably the most important food to judge at a hotel, even though nicer, prettier restaurants can be great. And I would love to try that sushi at the Orchid Lounge. So I got breakfast. I went ahead and got a mushroom egg white spinach wrap. I was skeptical because it's foil wrapped in like this, school cafeteria lunch foil. It was really good, and you can tell it's made fresh in-house. And they have little bottles of Tabasco. They also serve Starbucks coffee here, but it is not like a full Starbucks location. Some of the hotels have like full, true Starbuckses, and some of the hotels have cafes that serve Starbucks. This is a cafe that serves Starbucks. But I'm really happy with this. Super savory with like awesome texture. The eggs are cooked perfectly. And I love spinach wraps. It's my favorite kind of wrap. So really, really happy with this breakfast. And I love the options. You could get a hot bowl made. You could grab and go sandwiches, croissants, breakfast burritos, breakfast potatoes, breakfast wraps. Tons of options. You can get eggs, if you wanted. And they have tuk-tuk tarts, which are the like signature dessert here, which are basically like little hand pies. Emma would go crazy. She loves a hand pie. While we're sitting here, let's go ahead and talk a little bit about the perks that this hotel offers. So this is in the highest tier of Universal hotels. It is the Universal Signature Collection Hotel. On top of that, it is the highest tier inside Signature Collection, which means it does offer an extra perk that is major. And that is unlimited Universal Express Pass. So for eligible attractions, which is almost every single attraction at Universal Studios, Islands of Adventure, you do get Express Pass included with your hotel stay. So you get to skip the lines at the parks as much as you want, as long as they have an express line, just for staying here. Use your room key. It is really that cool. And if you're doing a Universal vacation and you're considering using Express, it's typically cheaper to get multiple people into a hotel room that get Express than it is to buy Express for each person out the gate just with your ticket. So it's a pretty great amenity. You also get a lot of the standard Universal Hotel perks. You get early entry. It is 1 hour early entry. It varies what park it is, but if it is Studios, it'll be into the Wizarding World of Harry Potter. If it is Epic Universe, it's Super Nintendo and Stardust Racers. And as of right now, that could change, brand new. And if it's Islands of Adventure, it's into Velocicoaster as well as the Wizarding World of Harry Potter. So early entry is a massive perk, especially an hour. An hour. You can do so much in an hour. And at Epic Universe, they let you line up at the portals that aren't open yet, so you can still be the first on the ride before other guests get into the park. So very cool. Of course, you get transportation around Universal, which is super reliable. Universal's transportation, typically you can expect a bus to come every 10 minutes on the dot unless something has gone wrong, which can happen, but it is rare. Universal Transpo is pretty reliable. So buses over to Epic, boats over to the parks, walking to the parks, awesome transportation here. You do get resort-wide charging privileges to your room key, so they'll take a hold on your room key when you check in, and you can charge to that. There's also package delivery, which I love, because who wants to carry a package around a theme park? So you can get your package delivered to your hotel from certain locations in the theme parks. Lots of really amazing perks here. And then it's just a beautiful, nice hotel with a lot of great amenities. But let's talk about the pros and cons of this hotel and whether or not it might be right for you. Pros-wise, you have the location. Awesome location, super central in the Universal Resort. Can get you to all of the parks so easily. You also have the amenities, incredible pool, incredible dining, award-winning amenities here. The atmosphere, I would say, is a plus. This is one of my favorite hotel atmospheres I've experienced. I've stayed in a lot of hotels, but this one just feels so relaxing. The design of it has really done a good, just something in your brain just goes when you're in here. And I think a big pro we have to talk about is that Express. That's probably the biggest pro about this hotel. It's why you would consider booking this one over maybe like Sapphire Falls or one of the lower Signature Collection hotels. Even Helios Grand Hotel doesn't have the included Express, so that's a major pro. Cons-wise, I think you have the price. This is the most expensive flagship Universal hotel, starting around $500 per night. That's expensive. Multiple nights, you're easily racking it up into the thousands. So that's obviously a con. Affordable is always better in my book, but you do get what you pay for when it comes to amenities. So that's a con. And another con, I think, is the rooms. Even though they've clearly been updated and they feel clean and fresh and nice, they're not standout, in my opinion. The best thing about them were the cookies and the robes. So, like, the amenities, those upscale touches were still here, and those I really like. But the room itself just felt very bare bones and honestly a little small at 335 square feet for a hotel of this price. Only a little bit, but it's just, it's not a standout room. And it's a beautiful hotel, so I was hoping the rooms would be a little bit more standout. That said, I think we got to finish up our evaluation here by heading over to Epic Universe. So let's go get my bag, put it at Bell Services, and hop on a bus. Bag acquired. Gotta find the elevator. You'd think I would have figured it out by now. Checkout is super easy at Universal Hotels. You do not have to go to the front desk to check out. It is at 11 a.m., but that text message thread, they start with you at check-in. You can just text them there and just say, hey, I've checked out, and they will email your folio straight to the email on your account. One thing that I highly recommend is, especially if you need that folio, which you do, because you need to make sure there's no wrong charges on there, is to make sure it hits your email when they say it's emailing it. And if it doesn't, to just ask them to resend it. I just have had a lot of experiences where my folio has not made it to me. And I've had to end up calling like the resort line to do my work expenses. So make sure the folio makes it to your email. Bus pulled right up as I was walking up. Hi.
Hello, Epic.
Yes, please. Hey, this is my first time busing to Epic, actually. The bus stop is so close to the park gate, so close. And it's huge, and all the bus stops have covers. You have to walk out in the open to get to them. The Kronos is right over there. And the bus ride was a little long. It was about 20 minutes. So I would allow bare stinking minimum 30 minutes to get to Epic. You should allow an hour, because if anything goes wrong, that is gonna mean that you're there a little late. Plus, it's always worth it to be a little bit early. We made it to Epic Universe. If you're still here, like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.